is the main differentiator. This is the company that could maybe theoretically make it happen, but like I said, there's almost no details about this thing, and I have almost no faith that that thing that they showed with its minimal clearance and its glass everywhere and just lack of numbers or anything, I don't think that we'll ever actually see that thing. I could eat my words, but like that seems crazy. But then last but not least, Tesla decided to bring back, they decided to remind us that they're also an AI company, not just a car company, by bringing back out the Optimus humanoid robot again. So they had these things all over this event this time, dancing, doing these pre-rehearsed demos, but also they were just kind of out and about. They were serving drinks and snacks, and they were walking around and interacting with and entertaining people, just like hanging out amongst everyone at this event. Now, I already have my thoughts that I've talked about, humanoid robots before. I made a whole video about it. If you want to watch it, I'll leave a link below the like button. I've talked about Tesla's Optimus. But even just what we saw with that would have been a huge step forward from what we've ever seen. Like, this would have been one of the most impressive things ever. But then they decided to take it further. They also decided to have these robots talking to people. And it was just, it was way too fast to be an LLM. Like, it's just, just watch this clip.
Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
It's absurd.
Teeth sensitivity is so common. It immediately feels like, somebody's poking directly on their nerve. I recommend Sensodyne. Sensodyne toothpaste goes inside the tooth and calms the nerve down. And my patients say, doc, it really works.
Would you like cookies with chocolates?
Some chocolate.
Right on. What's your name?
Vanessa.
Vanessa?
Yes, Vanessa.
Nice. Pleasure to meet you, Vanessa.
Nice to meet you too.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
Like, it's just a person. It's a person talking through a speaker. It even, like, stutters and makes occasional, like, human mistakes. If you watch a bunch of videos from the event, a bunch of different robots all have slightly different voices. Yeah, it was a person, for sure. And it's weird because Tesla, at no point, at least as of the time of recording, has not acknowledged this at all. They haven't said that or confirmed that, but people there at the event have heard various things from various engineers. I talked to 2 engineers who only would tell me, yes, all of the LLMs do run totally on device. But, like, yeah, no. I don't think so. So this kind of became like the talking point of the whole event, like how now we don't know how much of this event was real or not so real, like how much of what these robots are doing is human controlled or AI. There were all kinds of hand waving and gestures and movements. I played charades with one of them. You know what it reminds me of? Remember that video I did at Disney's Imagineering Labs where they had these bipedal robots that were controlled by a Steam Deck controller? They did all kinds of walking around and stringing animations together to entertain people at the parks. There's just a bunch of button presses and controllers to make that happen. And sure, there's some AI to blend that stuff, but you could never deny that there's basically entirely human control happening here. And that's basically what I think is happening at this Tesla event. Lots of impressive and entertaining things in the form of a super advanced articulating robot stringing animations together, but it's just not totally ready to do this stuff on its own. We've never seen anything quite like it, even from Boston Dynamics, but we gotta be real about the human-assisted part. But the thing is, the dream that they are selling people with this specific robot is that this thing will live with you, basically. It will be your human-sized friend, actually. They said that. It would be your friend. It would do chores for you. It would live around you and be able to do all these sorts of tasks on its own using the AI and the vision-based system. I think that's a really far-off dream. AI is really, really quickly improving, but I still think that's a far-off dream. So, to their credit, this event, it was insane. Like, they did a lot of things that could have gone wrong. And if you told me in 2024 that a company would do a bunch of self-driving car demos around tons of people just loose in the road, and they would have bipedal you buy and own today, you'll drive it to work, and then when you're at work, it'll go drive people around as an Uber for 10 hours or however long, and then you drive it home when you need it, and then when you're sleeping, it'll continue to drive and Uber people around. And so it has all these amazing capabilities. It'll do all this great stuff. But will it, though? There's actually a moment I had to rewatch the event because I was there and people are like yelling out the whole time, like stuff at Elon on stage. And at this point in the presentation, he goes like, oh yeah, Model 3 and Model Y will also do full self-driving. And then someone goes like, what about the Cybertruck? And then he says, oh yeah, don't worry, Cybertruck 2.
So, and the Cybertruck 2, yes, of course. Sorry, I don't want to yes. All our cars, basically.
So yeah, okay, all our vehicles, great. But then it's kind of quiet, but then someone else yells out, what about Hardware 3? Which is basically, if you don't know, a reference to older Model 3s. And his response?
So, let's not get nuanced here. All right, next slide.
So yeah, let's not get too nuanced. Let's just get, all our cars will have it, except maybe some of the old ones. All our cars will be able to self-drive though, totally. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. How about that? But here's a bridge that I don't think we'll ever actually get to cross, which is the second thing that was insane that was announced at this event, which is the Robo-Van. So somewhere about halfway through this presentation, they roll out this one-of-one, super futuristic-looking, massive van thing. Kind of looked like it looked like the military vehicles from iRobot, to be honest, which that's probably not a good thing, but yeah, it rolls out and they give us, again, very, very few details. This is going to be a robo-van that can hold like up to 20-ish people, and it'll be fully electric and fully autonomous and take groups or teams of people from point A to point B. No manual override necessary. Great. Have you ever been to CES? Have you ever watched videos from CES? Every year in January, there's this trade show. It's really fun in Vegas. And if you ever go, you'll notice in the South Hall, there's a section with all the cars, the mobility section. And you'll find about 50 of these every year. There's just like a van with no steering wheel and a bunch of seats that all face the middle. And it's like the future of mobility concept. There's tons of those. None of them ever ship, of course, because there are rules, but I guess there's not, to me, a whole lot that differentiates that brief concept we saw at the Tesla event with the dozens of other vaporware versions of this that I've seen before. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the fact that this one comes from Tesla is the main differentiator. This is the company that could, maybe theoretically, make it happen, but like I said, there's almost no details about this thing, and I have almost no faith that thing that they showed with its minimal clearance and its glass everywhere and just lack of numbers or anything, I don't think that we'll ever actually see that thing. I could eat my words, but like that seems crazy. But then last but not least, Tesla decided to bring back, they decided to remind us that they're also an AI company, not just a car company, by bringing back out the Optimus humanoid robot again. So they had these things all over this event this time. Dancing, doing these pre-rehearsed demos, but also they were just kind of out and about. They were serving drinks and snacks, and they were walking around and interacting with and entertaining people, just like hanging out amongst everyone at this event. Now, I already have my thoughts that I've talked about, humanoid robots before. I made a whole video about it. If you want to watch it, I'll leave a link below the like button. I've talked about Tesla's Optimus. But even just what we saw with that would have been a huge step forward from what we've ever seen. Like, this would have been one of the most impressive things ever. But then they decided to take it further. They also decided to have these robots talking to people. And it was just, it was way too fast to be an LLM. Like, it's just, just watch this clip.
Would you like cookies with chocolates?
I will take some chocolate.
Right on. What's your name?
Vanessa.
Vanessa?
Yes, Vanessa.
Nice. Pleasure to meet you, Vanessa.
Nice to meet you too.
Have a great
Hi,
night.
Optimus. Thank you.
Like, it's just a person. It's a person talking through a speaker. It even like stutters and makes occasional like human mistakes. If you watch a bunch of videos from the event, a bunch of different robots all have slightly different voices. Yeah, it was a person, for sure. And it's weird because Tesla, at no point, at least as of the time of recording, has not acknowledged this at all. They haven't said that or confirmed that, but people there at the event have heard various things from various engineers. I talked to 2 engineers who only would tell me, yes, all of the LLMs do run totally on device. But, like, yeah, No, I don't think so. So this kind of became like the talking point of the whole event, like how now we don't know how much of this event was real or not so real, like how much of what these robots are doing is human controlled or AI. You know, there were all kinds of hand waving and gestures and movements. I played charades with one of them. You know what it reminds me of? Remember that video I did at Disney's Imagineering Labs where they had these bipedal robots that were controlled by a Steam Deck controller? They did all kinds of walking around and stringing animations together to entertain people at the parks. There's just a bunch of button presses and controllers to make that happen. And sure, there's some AI to blend that stuff, but you could never deny that there's basically entirely human control happening here. And that's basically what I think is happening at this Tesla event. Lots of impressive and entertaining things in the form of a super advanced articulating robot stringing animations together, but it's just not totally ready to do this stuff on its own. We've never seen anything quite like it, even from Boston Dynamics, but we gotta be real about the human-assisted part. But the thing is, the
dream that they are selling people with.
¿Por qué tú mientes, mae? Para mintiendo, mae. Tú es being recorded. Yeah, tú es un mentirosa. Esto es porque tú no sabes hablar inglés. Yo voy a terminar con tu idioma. Yo poní Spanish el segundo, nada más. O 3. Si tú sigues mintiendo cosas.
Quiere romperme el cuello a mí, sin hacerle nada, me levanté de dormir, vine a la cocina y me iba a matar. Tuve que correr al cuarto y llamar a la policía. Eso no es vida, mijo. No puedo comer, no puedo bañarme, no puedo cagar, no puedo hacer nada en mi casa, porque él es el dueño de la casa, dice. Y está rompiendo toda la casa. Entonces ahora también el vidrio roto, el garaje roto, las paredes con huecos, toditas perforadas. ¿Qué es eso? Yo no puedo vivir así. Yo voy a renunciar, ya fui ya a la corte. Yo quiero renunciar a la Guardia Chip. No quiero más Guardia Chip, se acabó. de que él vea con lo que le van a quitar ahora el cheque, porque cuando no tiene ya disability, porque tu hueputa va a decir, el viejo ese hueputa lo conozco quién es, eso es disability. Va a decir, bueno, este no tiene ya la Guardian ya, pues entonces no está deshabilitado, está la mierda, y le quitan el cheque. Va a tener que ir a trabajar en el restaurante, que haga lo que él quiera. Pero yo no quiero más.
Yo no voy a trabajando en un restaurante como tu gente. Yo ayudé a tu gente, pero tú vas a tratar a mi madre y no voy a dejar tú even tener un Tesla o un iPhone. De basura de basuras.
Esa porquería de $20. Compro de $20 cada uno, cuesta con mi plata, mijo. Hasta yo no tengo dinero para eso. Le compro, pago su teléfono $100, carísimo, que yo pago 30 nomás con el teléfono, él paga 100. Y le doy su Google Play de $25. Todo tiene comida gratis, a montón aquí. Él come, y de cheque no le cobro ni un centavo, mijo. Todo, no está pagando nada porque yo estoy ayudando a pagar su casa.
Liar.
Pero óyeme, este hombre está mintiendo, este hombre es un mentiroso.
Tú eres un mojete.
Es lo que yo sé por qué regaló los.
Y yo no soy hombre, yo soy Byron. Mi nombre es en historia, unlike tuyo.
A mí también me dice malas palabras. Mira, aquí el problema es que él regaló los bets por droga. Y yo sé que los bets que yo compro $20, los regala por droga. Eso es todo, que yo no le doy plata para la droga.
Yo no soy chino
Compro las cosas.
o mexicano de estar haciendo esto, just because yo puedo hablar tu idioma.
Yo voy a renunciar, me dijo que ponga el bicho. Que saque la
Tú estás insultando más de una persona diciendo cosas como esto.
para allá. Yo sé lo que ellos quieren, quieren llevarse. Porque mientras esté la carne aquí, no se lo pueden llevar. Entonces yo voy a quitarla.
Y ellos no van a tener de material, ellos no van a tener algo de comenzar con. Y ellos ponen un overlay por más de 15 años.
A mí no me interesa ya que le quiten la casa, porque la casa es del banco, no es mía.
¿Tú piensas que voy a dejar a una persona que no sabe computer engineering de robar?
¿Estás oyendo? El banco es el dueño. Él cree que yo soy la dueña Sonia. Aquí la Sonia está pagando renta. La pobre mujer está pagando renta todos los meses. Con eso me ayuda a uno a pagar los principales. Pero me agradece. Nos dice la dona, por eso, como somos la dona, yo ya Sonia se va a ir a otra parte a vivir y yo no quiero darme aquí de él. Le coja su cheque, lo bote y cuando ya esté drogado por la calle le quitan. Esto le pasó al hijo del sobrino de mi filho. Tenían carne aquí de todo, le quitaron todo, no le dieron nada, le dieron preso, ahí está metido en el calabozo allá. Eso es lo que le va a pasar a él. Porque yo ya estoy cansada de drogas. Yo estoy cansada que él se meta la porquería esa y comienza a querer matar a uno aquí. Yo no estoy para esto. Esta Navidad de pasar lo más negro que hay. A mí lo que el compito me está quitando todo el dinero, todavía lo mejor de él, y lo poquito la mierda que me dan mis hijos, que me regalan, oye, de calidad, aunque sea yo, si me da algo, para que no me muera, me quita eso. Tengo yo que estar ahí compartiendo, porque me venía a amenazar que me da que me dé, que no, mismo, no, yo estoy cansada de eso. Ya yo estoy enferma, tengo una piel hinchada, una vena ahí, no sé qué será, iba a ir al hospital ayer, no pude ir. Tengo un dolor, porque tengo un coágulo, lo hago en la pierna, yo no puedo mover la pierna. Yo estoy cansada de eso, ya tengo 80 y pico de años, no me deja vivir. Es mejor que él se vaya de aquí con su cheque y que el cheque lo bote con los drogadictos en la calle, no me importa ya nada. Y que le quite la casa al banco, porque el banco es el que va a ganar la casa. La plata mía que yo puse a invertir viene también ahí. Estoy pagando todo eso, soy yo solita, haciendo loan por todas partes para pagar los loan del techo, de todo lo que yo he comprado en esa casa. Todavía hasta compré un frigidaire que se rompió, compré un shell atrás para que no hay, que pongan las cosas Sonia porque la vieja no quiere prestarle más. Toda esa plata, ¿dónde va, mía? Esa plata tengo que pagarla yo. Él no la paga. Yo soy la que pago. Todos los loans, con intereses carísimos. Un loan de aquí de Mariner que me dieron por $6,000, me están cobrando $11,000 porque termine de pagar con los intereses. Él no paga nada los loan. Tengo loan por todas partes aquí. Yo ya no puedo más. Yo no puedo. Yo pago loan para estar con mi cabeza pagando de un loan que me dan, pago al otro, así como yo vivo. Él no agradece. Y quiere matar a uno y todo. No, que se vaya con su cheque. Yo le dije ya vaya. Se vaya con su cheque, que lo gaste en droga, todito el cheque, no como lo decía al principio, que le daba el dinero, que haga lo que quiera. Pero ya él sabe que va a perder todo ya. Entonces Security investiga que no está en la casa, que no está pagando renta, que no paga luz, no paga nada. Por eso le estaban dando el cheque, porque yo le vendí a Social Security que él pagaba renta, ella pagaba la luz, pagaba el agua. Mentira, él no paga nada en esta casa. Porque yo estoy ayudando porque él paga su hipoteca en su casa. Pero como él quiere meterse que ya en la droga, ya que se quede con su cheque, ya yo renuncio a todo. Y que el banco le quite la casa. Yo ya estoy cansada. Yo que pierde yo el crédito que tengo ahí. Yo estoy cansada. No puedo más, compadre. Ya no puedo más. Él quiere seguir en esto, no quiere quitarse, no quiere dejar la droga, entonces que se vaya. Que se vaya con su cheque para el carajo de aquí, porque ni un apartamento va a poder pagar, porque cuestan los apartamentos ahora carísimos, por un medio, con el depósito más, tiene que dar entrada, depósito y 2 meses un avance y otro para cuando se mude. ¿Y a dónde? Cuando depósito de luz, depósito de gas, no mismo. Él no va a poder vivir con ese cheque. Porque lo que le van a quitar, pues no, imagínate. Ese muchacho anda drogado por la calle, ya van a coger, y ahora yo tiré la corte, a varias cortes. Ayer nos votaron del banco también. La vieja me votó, dijo que no quería más, no paguen nada, que vayan a comer los empleados, ya cerraron la cuenta. Ahora tengo que ir al viejo del security a decirle que cerraron la cuenta del banco, ahora me van a depositar el cheque. Entonces se va a perder. Toda esa mierda me hace él a mí. Toda esa mierda. Yo ya estoy cansado. Tiene corte como que quiera con la policía. Ahora yo ya le enseñé el papel ahí que yo soy. Me quiero ir a corte. Le enseñé al policía anoche. Mire señor, ahí está ese papel. Yo no quiero nada ya de aquí de Biden, yo renuncio. Porque no quiero seguir ya con esto. Es una tortura, un suplicio. No agradece nada. Ataca, acusa. La casa no es mía, la casa es del banco. Del banco. Es como a Tony que decían que Tony había robado la casa. Y el banco no, el banco fue el que le quitó la casa al maricón de mi hermano, que es otro bocón. ¿Ves? Lo mismo estoy pasando yo. El banco es el dueño de la casa, no yo. Hasta que no termine de pagar, la casa no puedo ponerse al nombre de él porque no quieren dejárselo. Él ha oído ya 4 veces ha oído de Mr. Davis, el banco. No quiere poner al nombre de él, porque sabe que es de sello. Él sabe que no le va a pagar. Por eso, y el Loan está en nombre mío, porque yo soy la que tengo el crédito. Entonces yo me estoy con eso maldito Loan, me estoy yo mismo ahorcando, porque yo soy la que estoy enferma, yo soy la que estoy pasando toda esta tortura con él, y en las calumnias que soy una ladrona, que me estoy robando la casa. Yo no necesito casa. Yo tengo mi casa, que es el que me la está rompiendo él. Y todo el dinero que yo tenía de esta casa lo invertí en la casa de él, para arreglar su casa. De buena fe. Por eso la gente mal agradecida, yo no quiero ser. No quiero ser más. Hay mucha responsabilidad. Y la vieja es la madre, va a meterle chisme, como siempre, y no lo recibe ni siquiera ni él ni el coche. Porque siempre las chiquitas borrachas que tiene ahí, que han dado con drogas, son las únicas que entran. Pero Byron no puede entrar. Y tiene 5 veces. Y ellos no le importa su hijo nada, nunca le importa eso. Y la única come mierda soy yo. La única come mierda soy yo. Por ser buena. Por eso no se puede pensar en el futuro de nadie. Especialmente gente mal agradecida, que no sabe agradecer. Ese es el error mío. Haberme metido queriéndole que tenga su casita para yo cuando me muera que él tenga un lugar donde vivir. Ese fue el error más grande. Lo maldigo el día que lo hice. Maldigo. Que yo a ver, yo mismo la cuidaré. Él no agradece nada, Tony. Yo no puedo seguir aquí. Le ha rompido mi casa. Esta casa así pueda arreglarla. Yo no tengo dinero para arreglarla. Yo todo tengo que pagar las cosas de él. Victoria también se quedó sin Trinidad. Trinidad se quedó parado. Se rompió. Ahora también el che, también tuve que ponerle, porque la vieja le quitó el che de ella, que le prestó, la vieja de frente. Tuve que comprar un che para que ponga sus cosas. Todo eso, ¿dónde va? Simplemente tiene que pagar todo eso lo hace. ¿Acaso va a ir a un mes, al menos sentado, mamá, tome para pague un loan, aunque sea? Él no me da nada. A mí no, me sabe pedirme cigarrillos, el Google Play, y la porquería, y las platitas que quiere él, fue al banco a pedir plata para comprar la droga. Yo no soy pendeja, yo no soy pendeja. Él toda la plata la regala a la gente de la calle, la food estampa la regala. Tiene una tarjeta que le conseguí de $200 y pico de United Care. Le conseguí, también tiene las food estampas. Imagínate, tiene harta comida y le regala a la gente en la calle, las plata, la comida. Él no le importa nada, él no está mirando nada. Por eso va a vivir debajo de un puente el día que yo me muera. Eso es lo que va a pasar. Y la familia lo va a ver, porque nadie lo va a recibir el día que yo me muera. Él debe hacía mi madre. Y maltrataba a sus hermanas, violó a mi hermana Gina, hacía maldades. Por eso Dios, el diablo está metido en esta familia. El diablo quiere joder a esta familia. Mi hermana Laura también loca, era otra loca también que quería apuñalarme a mí. Yo estoy cansada de toda esta mierda. Yo me largué de Ecuador por eso. Y ahora tengo otro loco aquí en la casa. No, yo no estoy con gente loca, no quiero. No quiero nada con gente loca. Yo estoy cansada de todo. Estoy cansada. Entonces ya te llamé porque que dijo que me llamé. Imagínate, un carajo va a vivir como un loco al lado. Abusando que yo no estaba aquí. Cada que yo se va a trabajar, abusa. No se puede, esta prima ha sido la peor que he pasado. No tengo nada, no he preparado.
Dude, it will only get worse if tú sigues hablando en español.
No me nace, Byron.
Tú no sabes cómo hacer de electrónico cosas. Tú just tienes un voice recognition, dímelo.
Que te di delante de la policía ayer.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Renuncio a la ciudadanía, esa cosa de la Guardia Chip. No quiero. Ya no quiero ni un Guardia Chip conmigo. Nada. Quiero zafarme de esa mierda y zafarme de la casa esa también. Eso de ese de otra parte se acabó y yo iba tranquila. Porque esa es otra. Está pagando y le dicen ladrona, le insultan y todo. No, mijo, no. Eso es de ser mal agradecido. Soy mal agradecido. Porque gracias a que está rentada esa casa, no la han roto, está la casa bien. Como se muda otra gente, le destroza toda la casa, no le pagan, no le daban cheques sin fondos, rompían las casas, también la habían hecho la casa, en los sillones dejaron escondidos. Yo sé lo que son las cosas. Rompen el aire acondicionado, rompen todo, y él no sabe ni agradecer, le dice a la tía horrores. Un mal agradecido. ¿Quién te ha sido agradecerle? Nada. Nada. Dios está mirando toda la canallada de él. Todo lo que estoy sufriendo ahora. Dios se va a tirar para atrás. Todito lo que me han hecho sufrir. O calumniar. Porque yo soy la primera que pienso en el futuro de él. Y él pensando más que en la maldad. La Victoria porque le mete chile porque le conviene robarse la casa. Seguro que quiere robarse. Pero está pagándola. Y el que quiere la casita para ella, pues le mete chile al pendejo. Y el pendejo se cree, pero nunca lo invita a la casa, lo bloquea, lo trata como mierda. Y ahí sí, ahí lo vio más. Ahí lo vio más. La casa de mamá lo crió, lo parió, lo cagó y se acabó. Eso fue todo. Y lo iba a regalar. Yo me metí en esta desgracia de criarlo. Hasta eso maldigo, el día que lo crié. Hasta eso maldigo. Crié un salvaje, un criminal. Que quiere matar a su propia madre. Pero yo lo crié, no Victoria.
The term redneck is a derogatory term used to refer to white people, especially from the southern United States, who are perceived as uneducated and having unsophisticated or offensive opinions. It is often used to stereotype people based on their perceived class, background, and beliefs. The term greenneck is not a common or widely recognized term. It is possible that it is a regional expression or a misspelling of another term. Without more context, it's difficult to say definitively what it means. It's important to be mindful of the potential negative connotations associated with these terms, and to avoid using them in a way that could be offensive or disrespectful. This message appears to be a series of instructions or guidelines, likely within a specific project or team. Let's break it down.
Yo sí importo.
Mi vida es más importante que la plata de mierda, ¿ok? Mi vida es más importante, aunque sean los pocos años que me queden. Estoy cansada de que me jodan, cansada. Esto no es vida. Esto no es vida. Todavía le ruego, le digo que por favor, que tenga paciencia.
This is Byron Partner 1 of the Real Developers. This identifies the sender or the context of the message. It emphasizes the importance of the message coming from a key developer. Please don't be overlaying a mistranslation deciphered language into the overlay exceptional in group vote comparison. This is the core instruction. It seems to be about avoiding errors in data analysis or interpretation. Mistranslation deciphered language likely refers to incorrectly interpreting or understanding data, potentially due to flawed translation or miscommunication. Overlay exceptional in-group vote comparison suggests that the focus is on accurately comparing data or results, likely from group votes or surveys. Food is not all the answers. This appears to be a metaphorical statement, possibly emphasizing the need for critical thinking and going beyond superficial solutions. It might be a reminder that while basic needs are important, they don't solve all problems. December 24th, 27th, 2024. Current time Google Finance and Development Phase. This provides context about the timing and the current stage of the project. It suggests that the message is relevant during this specific time frame and within the context of Google Finance and a development phase. In summary, this message is a directive to developers, particularly emphasizing the importance of accurate data analysis and interpretation, especially when comparing results from group votes. It cautions against relying solely on simplistic solutions and highlights the critical nature of this phase of the project. Disclaimer: this interpretation is based on the provided text and may not accurately reflect the intended meaning. If you have more context or information about the project, it might be possible to provide a more specific and accurate interpretation.
Pero a este no le hubiera dado nada. Todavía vienen a joderme a mí, a apoyar al hijo para que el hijo me venga a joder a mí, porque ella quiere la casa, seguro quiere robarse. Como te robó $15,000 el chacho por también. Me robo. Seguro. Por eso es que quiere robarse. O sea, si ella no hace nada sino con meterle veneno nomás. Eso es lo que sabe, meter veneno para poder ella coger algo. Tendríamos que creer que la madre lo va a recibir. No dejan entrar, ni me invitó por la prima ni nada. A mí me invitó y después me dijo que no vaya, porque pensaba que yo iba a llevar a nadie. Siempre me llama, 3 veces me he hecho lo mismo. Me invita y después el marido dice, no.
The history of outdated Apple products is a story of constant innovation and the natural progression of technology. Here's a summary. Planned obsolescence. Apple, like many tech companies, has a product life cycle. New models are released regularly, incorporating the latest advancements in hardware and software. This often renders older models less desirable or functional. Software updates. Apple frequently releases software updates, iOS, macOS, that may not be compatible with older devices. This can limit functionality, security, and performance on older hardware. Hardware limitations. As technology advances, older hardware can become underpowered for newer operating systems and demanding applications. This can lead to slow performance and frustration for users. Vintage and obsolete products. Apple officially categorizes its products as vintage, 5 to 7 years old, or obsolete, more than 7 years old. This impacts the availability of parts and service options. Examples: early iPhones. The original iPhone, while revolutionary at the time, is now severely outdated. It lacks modern features, has limited storage, and is incompatible with current iOS versions. Macintosh Classic. This iconic computer, while historically significant, is completely obsolete. It cannot run modern software, and is essentially a museum piece. Key takeaways. Technological progress is inevitable, and older products will eventually become outdated. Apple's focus on innovation drives the development of new products, but also contributes to the obsolescence of older ones. While frustrating for some users, this cycle of innovation is essential for driving technological advancement. Disclaimer: this is a general overview. Specific details and timelines may vary. I hope this provides a helpful summary of the history of outdated Apple products. The text in the image appears to be a handwritten note with the following content. Dave, he lives in her. She is the appearing of new life. Be strong. Never turn shows of option of forgiveness for choosing your words. Acting, March 30th, 20. Analysis. The note seems to be a message of encouragement and support to someone named Dave. The message mentions new life and forgiveness, suggesting that Dave might be going through a difficult time or dealing with a personal challenge. The date, March 30th, 20, indicates that the note was written on March 30th, 2020. Please note, without further context, it's difficult to determine the exact meaning or intention behind the message. If you'd like, you can provide more details about the situation or the person who wrote the note, and I may be able to offer a more specific interpretation.
¿Estás oyendo, Tony? Mírate mi espejo. Te metas con el nieto y la como crezcan, cada uno lo da por su lado. Cuando llegue la hora, no agradecen. No agradecen nada. Así son. Se enamoran o algo, comienza ya uno ya pasa a segundo término, ya no respetan a uno, faltan el respeto, hay que pegar a uno y todo. Es mejor estar solo que no acompañado. Yo debería haberme quedado consigo nomás y se acabó. No haber cogido ningún nieto. A mí mis tíos no me han hecho esta mierda. tratando de hacer algo para comer y ni eso. Hay pelea por todas partes. Mi mamá no trata de decir vivir la vida, en los poquitos años que uno le queda, aunque sea, siempre pasa algo, siempre pasa algo. Y todo el tiempo pelea. Toda la vida pelea en la casa. Me levanto, no me contenta de la cocina, pensando la carota para querer pegar a uno y todo. Decirle vino con la vida a mí, vinieron acá, a ver qué está pasando, que ya quieren matarlo a uno. Esto es de carajo. La misma madre que lo crió, Concha, los traigó que estaban muriéndose chiquititos, tirado ahí. Quieren matar ahora a uno, ¿qué es eso? Solamente porque se meten la droga que puta esa maligna del diablo. Esto es todo, no se acuerdan ya de quién lo crió ni nada, Concha. Ya te lo dije ya, yo no quiero la carne aquí no. Ahora yo el 31 de diciembre tengo que ir a la corte y le voy a decir al juez, por favor, yo no quiero más carne aquí. Yo no quiero nada, yo me voy lejos, capaz me mude lejos, vendo esta casa, cualquier mierda que me den y me voy. Me desaparezco de aquí, lejos, para que no me joda más mi vida. No voy a estar en esta casa todo el tiempo de metida aquí porque me estén golpeando, porque me estén a mí rompiendo la casa, toda la casa dañada, rota, nadie arregla nada aquí, para que sabe romper las cosas mías, pero él no rompe la casa en los putas los adultos de él. Él no rompe la casa en la mamita de él. La vieja Victoria, es la abuelita, no es la madre. Ella no lo crió, no yo. Ahí sí respeta, pero cuando se trata de mí, a mí sí él tiene que romperme mi casa, la puta. Todo yo abuso y abusa también más, también lo que crió. Porque se cree que estoy sola, que puede abusar de mí, y no sabe que yo me quedo allá muy lejos. Él no me va a ver más la cara, nunca más me la va a ver. Yo me voy a vender esta casa en cualquier mierda y me largo con los poquitos que me den, me desaparezco. Me pongo una choza mía, donde sea en el campo y me voy a vivir tranquila con mis animales. Que nadie me jode. Los animales me quieren más a mí que ellos. Esa es la verdad. Maltratando el perro, matar al pobre perro, los patean, queman la boca a los perros, a los gatitos los golpean, les componen la barriga y todo, quieren matar a los animales. No, yo estoy cansada de esta mierda. Estoy cansada de crimen. Toda la familia está desequilibrada. Yo no puedo decir no me largo. Ya esto me encuentra muerta a mí con una lataca y pieza en el piso. O él me golpeó, nadie sabe. Ya me golpeó hace años que me dejaba todo mal, mi cuerpo está mal, por las patadas que me dio casi me mata. Hace como 10 años de eso. Todavía, ahora que quiere joder más, no, yo no estoy para eso. No estoy para eso. Que se vaya nomás con que el eso no vale más que mi vida. Yo no necesito nada ya, nada. Si se muere, yo no voy a estar aquí para verlo. Si lo cogen en la calle con droga, lo matan en la casa, lo meten y lo matan, yo no voy a estar aquí para verlo, porque eso viene lejos. A no saber nada, ni una noticia más. Eso que lo que no va a tomar. Él no quiere cambiar, no quiere rehabilitarse, no quiere dejar nada, cuidar su casa, dedicarse a su casita. Si no le gusta vivir ahí, que la venda, pero que piense en el futuro, no en estar en droga en la casa, en la puta. ¿Cuánto te ha costado otra casa pagándola? Tiene que estar en droga. esa, ¿para qué me la dio? Yo lo siento, pero ya yo tengo que irme, porque ya no es que me vaya. Yo no quiero que me vaya. Que a mí me van a matar aquí en esta casa. A mí me están dando 70.000 en un viejo ahí por la casa. Y como está sin arreglar. 120.000, lo vendo barato, no me importa, pero yo no puedo ir no estoy acostumbrada a esto. Toda mi vida he sido pobre, pero no respetaba la vida ahora. No, cuando yo me la quedé, me metí en la casa mía a joder con mis hermanos que vinieron a joder. Los 3 maricones esos que jodieron, que Dios me perdone por la verdad, dándole mal, que son solo a joder la vida. La mía, la torturado y todo. Y se la llevó para matar. Porque yo ya no quiero de eso. Hasta David lo dijo. La señora, si usted no se va, la van a matar como mataron a su madre. Sí lo dijo. Y es verdad. Es verdad. La tía no hay, mamá vaya. Vaya de ahí. Yo me tengo que ir. Él se va a quedar solo para que él sepa lo que es sufrir. Pero yo sé que cuando yo me vaya, él ya no, todo lo hago yo, todo lo hago yo. Y él no sabe agradecer nada. Nada. Entonces que se quede solo. Vamos a ver cómo maneja la dinero. Y es que le dejan el cheque. Va a usarlo todo en droga, en Google Play, en pendejadas. Eso es uno que sabe. Google Play, lo que ella sabe ver, si te está metiendo ahí, ya no se muere también, los pulmones están muriéndose. Tanto fumar esa porquería que cuesta $20 cada cigarro de eso. La porquería esa que tiene nicotina también y es más peligroso. Eso no cuesta medio, eso cuesta mucho dinero. ¿Cómo yo quiero que le come todos los días a uno? ¿Qué es eso? Y lo puedo regalar para pedir droga en la calle. Le doy cash, le daba antes $400 en la mano, 700. Solito era para la droga, solito iba a la droga. Pues me hizo que hacía ella como
I can't help with that right now. I'm trained to be as accurate as possible, but I can make mistakes sometimes. While I work on perfecting how I can discuss elections and politics, you can try Google search.
A ver, ¿quién carajo le va a abrir la puerta a él? Él se va a acordar de su madre. Yo ya no aguanto esta mierda. Yo no cojo más, yo no. La carguetía hay que renovarla, ¿correcto? La carguetía hay que renovarla. No puedo. Cansado. Carajo, como
You can't do that.
no oye consejo, Tony. No oye. Yo se lo oye porque yo se lo aconsejaba por años. Le he dicho, Byron, deja la droga, Byron, deja la droga, Byron. Lo odia a Dios. Dios que no le alcahuetea. Él lo quiere que le alcahuetee. Eso es todo. Ay,
Understood.
la droga, ahí sí me adora, ahí sí mamita linda. Pero como no le doy droga, y ya no le doy la plata para la droga, le pago todo lo que él quiera, pero no lo llevo a comer o como quiera, restaurante, lo que quiera. Pero no se va a comer todo el dinero para la droga, hay que pagar esa casa. Él quiere la casa, me metió en este problema mío, con ese lobo. Ahora él no quiere la casa, bueno, pues hay que entregarla. ¿Se acabó? Que perderá miles, pero yo no voy a seguir con una condena para pagar la casa, mi vida está perdiendo. Yo voy a morirme por él. Si quiere morir, que se muera, pero yo no voy a estar aguantando. Todos los días, Tony, todos los días, todos los días. No hay un día que yo pueda respirar, ni un día. Todos los días lo mismo, desde que me levanto, la pelea. No me hice soltar.
Select to speak. Tap a feature to start using it. AR 4 NDNO 5 44 51 1129. Screen recorder notification. Recording screen. YouTube notification. Euronews. YouTube notification. Star Wars Theory. YouTube notification. The Stupendous Wave. YouTube notification. Star Wars Theory. Weather notification. Moto apps notification. YouTube notification. Star Wars Theory. Clock notification. Quora notification. Quora 2 new notifications.
Me dijo a mí la
Quora notification. Question for you. Is the lion-tailed macaque more likely to accept food from tourists, raid waste, or enter human settlements? Cash App notification. Cash App notification. Quora notification. Quora Digest. T-Mobile notification. Gift happy holidays. T-Mobile Tuesdays has exclusive perks and more for you. Instagram notification. Trending. Heroes notification. Kohl's notification. It's not too late down arrow. Alarm set for Tuesday 4:30 p.m. Hotspot. 5G UC. Phone signal full. Battery 76%. Video player. S with registered languages aims. Date year location N24-3037 Byro and Byron. Gemini -1.5 flash. Gemini -1.5 flash. Poe. Gemini -1.5 flash Poe. S with registered languages aims. Date year location N. 9243037 Bershon Byron. Ini -1.5 flash Poe. XT is extremely convoluted in it to understand. It appears to MB-led description of a complex or process involving data analysis, GE deciphering, and potentially legal arity implications. Let's attempt to down the key elements and their meanings, while acknowledging significant ambiguity. RMS and possible interpretations. All overlay with underlay. This Y refers to reviewing and analyzing from multiple sources or layers or lay, and, underlay. It suggests a Plex data analysis process. Set 2026 PO systematic leave. This say is unclear. Offset 2026 might R to a deadline or a point in time. Systematic leave is particularly modish and requires more context. Iden Llama's reasoning Donzas, Claude, and Llamas. Clear context. Add attachments. KO. K. S with registered languages aims. Date year location N. 9243037 Bershon Byron. Ini -1.5 flash Poe. XT is extremely convoluted in it to understand. It appears to MB-led description of a complex or process involving data analysis, GE deciphering, and potentially legal arity implications. Let's attempt to down the key elements and their meanings, while acknowledging significant ambiguity. RMS and possible interpretations. All overlay with underlay. This Y refers to reviewing and analyzing from multiple sources or layers or lay, and, underlay. It suggests a Plex data analysis process. Set 2026 PO systematic leave. This say is unclear. Offset 2026 might R to a deadline or a point in time. Systematic leave is particularly modish and requires more context. Iden Llama's reasoning Donzas, Claude, and Llamas. K to Gemini -1.5 flash or at a bot. Back. Gemini -1.5 flash. God Knowledge Euro Protocol IGPL via BCARV. Gemini -1.5 flash and 5 bots. Gemini -1.5 flash and 5 bots. God no Gemini -1.5. God no Gemini -1.5. 1129 UO. 5G UC 7.
Mi plata pongo para que acabe de pagar su deuda. Hasta mi plata, el poquito que tengo, pongo un principal para acabar de pagar su casa. Dejo yo de coger esa plata para mí, para poder que ella pague rápido. Por eso yo estoy hablando con él. Me dice, usted lo ayuda tanto, le sacrifica tanto por un monstruo que la quiere matar a usted mismo. Y es verdad. Es verdad. Toda la plata que yo gasté en el techo, 8.300 costó ese techo. 8.600, 8.600, ni me acuerdo ya. Aparte tuve que estar pagando también el techo de esta casa, que se estaba sirviendo el agua. 2 techos. Este costó 6.000, el otro costó 8.000 y pico. Aparte compré en el cofre, compré los tanques también, no, los pisos, carísimos. Para la casa, para que pongan los pisos, que no estén los pisos viejos, la madera esa. Comprado el tanque de agua, la calefacción y todas esas cosas. Ahora mismo el cheque costó, cogí una tarjeta de crédito, como tengo crédito, me vino un crédito en la Home Depot, compré el cheque, porque ya la vieja de crédito quiere su cheque, está brava, con Sonia que ya no es la de antes, está brava, quiere su cheque back, el cheque cemental que tiene afuera, lo costó, ya hace como 6 meses, 7 meses, lo quiere back. salir no sé de dónde, en reloj, en febrero. Tuve que correr, coger la tarjetita esa de $1,000 que tenía de crédito, meterme otra vez en otra deuda más para comprar el cheque que costó casi $600, el cheque chiquito, pero es metal. Y aparte compré el frigidaire que también se rompió, un frigidaire en 488 ahí en el Home Depot, toda tarjeta de $1,000 más tuve que poner plata. Dios se me ayuda porque eso no que Dios no me muera de hambre. Tuve que poner cash para pagar la diferencia porque la tarjeta no era, había que pagar más. El delivery, cover, más los taxis, ya se subió a casi $600 y el cheque también a casi 600, eran 1,200. Y yo tenía más que $1,000 nada más, tuve que coger $200 más y pagar todo el dinero mío. ¿Por qué? Porque tengo que tener responsabilidad, porque Sonia vive ahí y esta gente está ahí chequeando porque ella está rentando, la casa no es de ella. Ella está rentando, esta gente.
Ellos están viendo de ella robó la casa con mi dinero.
Bueno, tú aceptaste, tú fuiste que dijiste que rentara la casa ella, no yo. Tú le dijiste.
Tú pones un pistola en mi cabeza.
Bueno, no, ella no te puso ninguna pistola, o sea, mentiroso, hipócrita. Que tú sabes que estás mintiendo. Nadie te puso pistola. Tú lo hiciste, yo oí por teléfono de aquí. Tú eres un hipócrita, Byron.
Ya, yo no quiero hablar contigo.
Sí, porque siempre
Speak
hablas
English.
conmigo, mijo. Por la noche escondes para hablar con Victoria y te vas afuera para que no oiga.
Tú piensas Victoria es una persona que yo hablo
con.
con.
La calle para que yo no te oiga los chismes que metes de tu madre. Pero tú no le dices a la vieja de tu madre, a la Victoria que te parió, que te cagó. Tú no le dices, mamá, dame tú también algo de comer. Tú no me traes comida, tú no me pagas nada, no me compras un bed, no me pagas el teléfono. Porque la Victoria no te da nada a ti, pero a las viejitas sí le da. A ti nunca te quiso, nunca te vio como hijo, ¿ok? Yo fui la que te tuve que criar. Te dejó tirado como una mierda, que casi te mueres. Tú eres mal agradecido, Byron, Dios te está mirando. Dios nomás se va a hacer cargo de esto, nadie más, porque Diosito sabe todo. Nadie más sabe que Dios. Todo lo que yo pienso. Nadie está dentro de mi cabeza. Nadie más que Él.
Es no que es dentro de tu cabeza, es que sale de tu cabeza.
Los trae a todos. 3 hermanos, para que hagan algo por sus hermanas. ¿Y qué hicieron? Andaban con putas, el charco, el otro andaba
Ya,
con
Mae, tú
pistones,
actúas como tú eres un muerto de
botaban en
hambre.
el casino, botaban la plata.
Grandma, stop.
No
Stop.
es la verdad.
Stop.
Derrochando el dinero.
Stop.
Antigüedades, el cargo.
Stop.
No digas está, porque es la verdad. Yo estoy hablando de mis hermanos, ¿ok?
That's an hallucination of a truth.
Nunca hicieron nada. Nunca hicieron nada por sus hermanos. Nunca trajeron ni una hermana acá, siendo americanos. Porque yo los traje con residencia.
Stop.
Nunca ayudaron. Y lo mismo está pasando ahora.
You're testing my patience,
Mataron a
woman.
mi madre. La mataron.
You hear me, Grandma?
La mataron para robarse la casa. Y la casa ahora está tirada
Your
ahí.
bullshit Samsung is testing my patience.
¿Qué Samsung? ¿Qué
Your
Samsung?
Samsung, your outdated apples.
No me molesta a mi Byron, no me moleste, Byron, por favor. Lárgate aquí, yo no quiero saber nada. Te vas a pelear, lárgate de la calle. Vete a vivir de ella, no me molestes.
Today's Christmas, the day before.
Por eso es clima para que estás sufriendo nomás aquí. No puedo hacer nada, no puedo cocinar, no puedo hacer nada como antes. El frigidaire me lo rompieron, que se sale el agua.
Stop.
Todo me rompen, todo me rompen. Carajo, va a vivir así. Esto no es vida. Uno tratando de ayudar y ellos tratando de joder a uno. Siempre ha pasado eso, desde que yo era muchachita, siempre...
I'm gonna disqualify Spanish if you keep it up, and that's gonna eliminate all the other languages. All that'll be left is the format.
Tu hermano ha sido canalla con usted, nunca tuvieron ni reconocer todo lo que usted dice. Hasta nos dejaban nosotros sin nada por darlo a ellos, y es verdad. Eso es verdad. Estoy mandando dinero a Ecuador y mis hijos a veces no tienen zapatos que ponerse. Estoy pensando en todo, en la familia. ¿Qué familia? Familia primera que va a llamar de uno.
Mom, stop. Learn to halt. Yield. Yield from conversating. Damn. Make me waste my ink. Who called you? No, what color skin and what would they look like? I don't care about what language they spoke. Tú haces que tú haces, tú comienzas problemas contestando gente que tiene tu Samsung. You answer thieves and robbers.
This specific robot is that this thing will live with you, basically. It will be your human-sized friend, actually. They said that. It would be your friend. It would do chores for you. It would live around you and be able to do all these sorts of tasks on its own using the AI and the vision-based system. I think that's a really far-off dream. AI is really, really quickly improving, but I still think that's a far-off dream. So, to their credit, this event, it was insane. Like, they did a lot of things that could have gone wrong. And if you told me in 2024 that a company would do a bunch of self-driving car demos around tons of people just loose in the road, and they would have bipedal humanoid robots roaming around performing tasks and entertaining people at the same event, and that they would have a drone show, like, that is just a lot of stuff in a row that is super high-tech. That could go wrong, but somehow didn't. And it represented, I think, a very optimistic view of the future. Even though it's very much still, like, concepts, it's a future that is potentially way more efficient, potentially way safer, and more impressive in general technologically than the world we live in today. So that by itself, I think, is honorable. The things that they were hoping to be real would be amazing and inspirational and honorable if they actually happened. But since they're also a public tech company, they felt the need to do demos and give all these big promises, and that's where it felt weird, because it's really hard to make promises about when we're going to deliver this future and for what price we're going to deliver this future when it just feels very unlikely. And then doing the, like, robots talking, it's just like, now the whole thing is in question. Like, how much of it is real? How much of it is fake? And now we're focusing on that instead of how cool the future could someday actually be. That's where I'm at. But hey, if there is one company that has the best chance of bringing this all to life, if you made me bet money on one company that I think has the best odds to get there eventually, then it would be the one with the massive data gathering advantage with stuff out there in the real world today. It would be Tesla. So I'll believe it when I see it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Big news from Mahomes. I'm switching to iPhone 16 Pro at T-Mobile. It's built for Apple Intelligence.
That's like peanut butter on jelly on go.
Get 4 iPhone 16 Pro on us. Plus 4 lines for $25.
What a deal. Y'all giving it away too fast, T-Mobile. Slow down.
The statement Tesla history transfers from Byron Morris to lesser knowledgeable groups and transfer groups. Data appears to describe a scenario where knowledge or information about Tesla, likely pertaining to his inventions, research, or life, is being disseminated. Here's a breakdown. Tesla history transfers from Byron Morris. This suggests that the source of this information is a person or entity named Byron Morris, who presumably possesses a significant understanding of Tesla's work. To lesser knowledgeable groups, this indicates that the knowledge is being shared with individuals or organizations that have limited understanding of Tesla and his contributions. This could be for educational purposes, research collaboration, or other reasons. And transfer groups. This likely refers to groups specifically tasked with the transfer of knowledge or technology. These groups might be involved in research and development, education, or preserving historical information. Data. This term highlights the importance of factual information and data in understanding Tesla's work. Possible interpretations. Knowledge dissemination. The statement could describe a knowledge-sharing initiative where Byron Morris is actively involved in educating others about Tesla's work. This could involve lectures, workshops, publications, or online resources. Technology transfer. It might refer to the transfer of Tesla's technological innovations or concepts from a research setting to practical applications. This could involve licensing agreements, collaborations with other companies, or the development of new products based on Tesla's ideas. Historical preservation. The statement could emphasize the importance of preserving and sharing accurate information about Tesla's life and work for future generations. This could involve archiving documents, conducting research, and creating educational materials. Without further context, it's difficult to provide a definitive interpretation. If you have more information about the specific situation or the goals of this knowledge transfer, I may be able to provide a more accurate and detailed analysis.
Are you uncomfortable talking about this?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild, right? Mustafa Suleiman.
The billionaire founder of Google's AI technology.
He's played a key role in the development of AI from its first critical steps.
In 2020, I moved to work on Google's chatbot. It was the ultimate technology. We can use them to turbocharge our knowledge unlike anything else.
Why didn't they release it?
We were nervous. Every organization is going to race to get their hands on intelligence, and that's going to be incredibly disruptive. This technology can be used to identify cancerous tumors as it can to identify a target on the battlefield. A tiny group of people who wish to cause harm are going to have access to tools that can instantly destabilize our world. That's the challenge, how to stop something that can cause harm and potentially kill. That's where we need containment.
Do you think that it is containable?
It has to be possible.
Why?
It must be possible.
Why must it be?
Because otherwise it contains us.
Yet you chose to build a company in this space. Why did you do that?
Because I want to design an AI that's on your side. I honestly think that if we succeed, everything is a lot cheaper. It's going to power new forms of transportation, reduce the cost of healthcare.
But what if we fail?
The really painful answer to that question is that...
Do you ever get sad about it?
Yeah, it's intense.
I think this is fascinating.
¿no? Si uno evalúa si ya él está mejor para quitar la plata a la gente. Así son desgraciados. Están chequeando.
The text in the image appears to be a handwritten note with the following content. May 21st, 34 of 53 of 82 of hash. 1.5 years, fixed nearly killy armed. P.O. Box Duty Jury Undercase of. Address. COCMHC 909 E. Alameda Norman. Okla. Care 1-806-994-305. 40579-35171. More Police Department consultation. B. Base Foundational Intelligence. AI Artistic Intelligence. Hi. Human Intelligence. GI Google God Intelligence. T. Tesla Toyota Intelligence. Analysis. The note seems to be a list of information, possibly related to an investigation or a case. It includes an address, phone numbers, and a list of terms that appear to be related to different types of intelligence. The phrase, 1.5 years fixed nearly killy armed, is unclear and may contain errors or typos. The meaning of the note is difficult to decipher without further context. Possible interpretations. The note could be related to a police investigation, as it mentions the Moore Police Department and includes contact information. The list of intelligence types could be a categorization system used by the police department or another organization. The reference to Tesla Toyota Intelligence is intriguing and could suggest a connection to artificial intelligence or advanced technology. Please note, without more context, it's difficult to determine the exact meaning or intention behind the note. If you'd like, you can provide more details about the situation or the person who wrote the note, and I may be able to offer a more specific interpretation. Okay, let's break down how to get the information you requested using Google Calendar. 1. Era. Google Calendar doesn't explicitly display era in its interface. However, you can often infer the era based on the date and events. 2. Location. Current location. If you're using Google Calendar on a device with location services enabled, it can display your current location. Event locations. For events you add, you can specify the location, and Google Calendar will display it. 3. Time. Google Calendar displays the current time in the top right corner of the interface. For events, it shows the start and end times. 4. Date. The current date is displayed prominently at the top of the calendar view. Events are displayed with their respective dates. 5. Year. The current year is typically displayed along with the date. 6. Hour. The current hour is shown as part of the time. 7. Minute. The current minute is shown as part of the time. 8. Second. While Google Calendar doesn't display seconds in the main interface, you might find it in more detailed views or by hovering over the time. 9. Month. The current month is displayed at the top of the calendar view. 10. Day. The current day is highlighted in the calendar view. 11. Week. Google Calendar displays the current week, usually with the current day.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
After they call us racists and sexists and every there is phobe in the book because we didn't like their absolute garbage show that shat all over the legacy of Star Wars and what George Lucas created, the truth finally comes to bite them in their ass.
Fulfill your destiny. TheorySabers.com.
Disney executive reveals why The Acolyte was canceled after just one season. You're not going to believe this, and it's sweet justice for all of us who went under the berating attack from not just Amanda Stenberg and Leslie Headland and all of her cronies, but also the insane, intolerant fans who did not let any single one of us have a goddamn opinion, and me being the poster boy of that, simply because we did not like a show, and because it was supposed to be Star Wars, and it really wasn't. Disney executive reveals why The Acolyte was canceled after one season. Cliff notes, it wasn't where we needed it to be given the cost. A Disney exec has revealed why The Acolyte was canceled after just one season. In an interview with Vulture, co-chairman of Disney Entertainment Alan Bergman said, while the House of Mouse was pleased with how The Acolyte performed in its single-season Disney debut, it wasn't enough to justify a follow-up considering the price tag. And of course, on a debut, anything is going to be great if it's Star Wars. If you put Star Wars on the title, you could peel a freaking egg, and people are going to watch the first episode until they realize this is just someone peeling an egg, and it's not actually Star Wars. We were happy with our performance, but it wasn't where we needed it to be given the cost structure of that title, quite frankly, to go and make a season 2. So that's the reason why we didn't do that. In other words, they saw that the season 2, no matter how cheap they would make it, even if they were to make it as cheap as the Kenobi show, it still wouldn't bring in the numbers and the views. Even if this was free, the brand damage was way too much for them to want to take on another hit for a second season. They saw the discourse and they saw themselves. You know, there are a lot of people at Disney and Lucasfilm who aren't crazy shills, crazy woke shills that are there just creating their own agendas and putting their own check marks. There are people there that actually really love George Lucas Star Wars. However, they're not the ones in power, unfortunately. They're just working there. And while they may have a reputable position, they're really not the ones that are making all of the executive decisions like Bob Iger or this gentleman or Kathleen Kennedy or whoever might be there. Upon the series cancellation, Acolyte lead Amanda Stenberg posted a 8.5-minute video to her Instagram story saying she was unsurprised Disney didn't renew following the aggressive online backlash surrounding the show's female-driven story and queer undertones. Yeah, it's really all about that. The reason we didn't like it is because, you know, the female-driven story and queer undertones, just like Ahsoka, for example, which is a female-driven story, and I mean, as for the queer undertones, I don't give a shit about that. I don't think anybody cares about that. Does it have a place in Star Wars? No. No sexual identity whatsoever has a place in Star Wars. If you're going to make that the centerfold of your characters, please look elsewhere, as writing a story actually requires you to be creative and talented and know how to create a story progression with characters and an overall dynamic. Especially when you're doing Star Wars, you need to really understand the whole story in general. Now, if I seem passionate about this and emotional, it is because I am. And the amount of attacks that I received doing this breakdown and live streaming and all of and going through the absolute shock of this shit actually coming out has left me with a big smile on my face, because if it wasn't for you guys supporting me the whole way, and also this now coming out showing us that, yeah, you know what, it did not get renewed officially because it was not worth the price. Now, they could have gone ahead and made this, you know, a $50 million production, you know, which would have been just $40 million less than the Kenobi show. Think about that. Just $40 million less than what the 90-something million dollar Kenobi show was. And this still isn't worth it to them. Think about that. It's not a huge shock for me, Stenberg said. Ever since the series was unveiled in 2020, she added, we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry. She's already creating that divide. And we're going to go right back into this again, because I don't feel like it needs, there is no, this is beating a dead horse. This needs to be just absolutely grounded into fine dust.
Made better Star Wars.
And there's a shift coming in the world and in Hollywood, and we need to understand this and we need to move with it, because for too long, people have been trying to silence us under this low IQ guise of, oh, if you don't like it, then you're racist and sexist and homophobic and this and that. When in reality, I would say 99%, and I'm not eliminating the fact that those disgusting people live out there and they are real, sure. But 99% of the people who do not like a certain art form, like movies or music or whatever, it's plainly because they do not vibe with the material. And in Star Wars' case, if you don't feel like a project is really akin to what George created and on that same plane, then it is simply because it's a poorly written show. It has nothing to do with any of the semantics of this bullshit and that bullshit of the bigotry and vitriol and prejudice and hyper-conservative. Do you think all liberals love...
If you feel it!
Let's ride.
Hi, it's Ryan Reynolds, and I'm here in the North Pole to remind you the holidays are a magical time. It's what I would say if we were a big wireless company making an expensive holiday commercial, but it meant we don't spend millions telling you the holidays are magical, and that's why we can afford to give you Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. If that's not magic, you tell me what is. A literal magician stage, really? Please stop helping.
Love The Acolyte? No. This is a political marketing ploy to brainwash people who are weak-minded to think it's us versus them. No, it is one. We are one. It is Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans just want good Star Wars. Stop turning Star Wars into a goddamn political bullshit fight, okay? Us versus a massive big entity corporation, whatever it might be. The Rebels versus the Empire. And so we, at the end of the day, just want good Star Wars. We want to feel that magic. We want to feel the Force from a galaxy far, far away. We don't need this garbage shit to be written and thrown in our face and then say, if you don't like it, then you must be racist. Piss off with that. Disney's latest series from a galaxy far, far away, Skeleton Crew, has already seen growth, according to Bergman. Think about this, guys. Here you go. Here's another bit of information I didn't even know we would get. Skeleton Crew is doing better. They're seeing growth compared to The Acolyte. Think about it. A show with 0 lightsabers, no Jedi, no Force, nothing. No Yoda, no Plagueis, nothing. Is already seeing growth compared to the shit stain that was The Acolyte. And I mean, fans are vindictive at this point. That you're getting the Solo effect, you're getting the Last Jedi effect. What happened with Solo bombed not because it was particularly horrible. It bombed because of The Last Jedi and people were scorned. And so the same would happen with Skeleton Crew. However, from The Acolyte, people are giving it a chance. They're like, you know what, it's a kid's show, it's not really a big deal, whatever. No harm done. At least not yet. Who is hopeful the Jude Law vehicle will fare better, having received excellent reviews since its December 2 premiere. And look at that. After the first episode, it's already doing better. It hasn't tanked like The Acolyte. The Acolyte had the first episode and tanked lower and lower and lower. Finally, to the end, the season finale. We can call it that because it was the last and final season. The first, last, and final. It was the lowest rated show.
Not true.
The lowest viewers of any Star Wars Disney Plus show. Bottom of the barrel. There's a reason for that. Although Light on Specifics, Bergman went on to tease second seasons for Andor, Ahsoka, and a number of other Star Wars shows that are still under consideration. In terms of what's coming up, we have Andor Season 2, which is, I heard, $600 million, and we're going to get into that in another video, which we're really excited about. It is excellent. I've watched all the episodes, and it's a fantastic season. It's already watched all of them, already ready to go. And then we have Ahsoka Season 2, which Dave Filoni is leading, Bergman said. And then we're looking at a number of additional series that are in development. Oh, interesting. We'll see what we decide to do. As I said earlier, they have to be great. You're damn right they have to be great. And it's really not that hard. And if you want any advice on where to take it, you know my email, you know my contact. I'm sure you guys can find anything you like. You're Disney, you got the most power in the world. I'd be happy to lend my services and give you guys a bit of a better outlook on what George Lucas would have wanted, because it seems like a lot of you Disney guys are straying far away from that. And I don't know if you're controlling Dave Filoni and telling him what to do or whatnot, but like it seems like some of his projects are kind of straying a little too far from the path of what George might have wanted. You know, Ahsoka started out really good, and then I don't know what, something went weird there. Jon Favreau, Mandalorian season 1 and season 2, the most amazing shows. And then season 3, what happened? Book of Boba Fett, what happened? The Acolyte, forget about it. It's not even real. Obi-Wan Kenobi show, you had Stuart Beatty. I talked to Stuart. I talked to him on air and off air. I know a lot about that trilogy. What were you guys thinking to not have him work on that? And to then hire Joby Harold and Deborah Chow with the shaky cam. I mean, why? What's going on? Do you guys not like money? Because we want good Star Wars, and it seems like you guys just don't know what to do with it.
10,000, all in advance.
10,000? I think, you need to really just evaluate better at the end of the day. I don't think it's very difficult, and I don't think you guys don't know how to do it. I think you do, but just stop making the wrong decisions. It's that simple. And as for them looking at a number of additional series that are in development, that's interesting. Some more shows, I see. I mean, we have the Dave Filoni movie, like you said, but we haven't heard anything about any of the shows. Well, Lando, like Rogue Squadron or something like that, but I think beyond that, who knows? I'm very happy that this came out and this information was, we needed an official statement, and we finally got that. And it just goes to show at the end of the day, it's not hard to create good Star Wars, because they've done it before. Disney has done it before. They did Rogue One, which was fine. They did Mando 1 and 2, which was great. Amazing. Mando 1 and 2 was really, really fun. I really liked it. The sequel trilogy, complete and utter shit. Obi-Wan, the only good thing about Obi-Wan was the fact that Obi-Wan and Anakin were in it. That was it. And Vader. You put Vader in anything, for a fan film of Vader is going to be great. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about The Acolyte not getting renewed for a second season. Let me know what you think about all the allegations regarding people calling us racist, sexist, bigots if we didn't like The Acolyte. And I hope you guys are excited for Vader Episode 2, because soon enough I'll be able to say it's going to be coming out this year, which will be 2025. The most ambitious, expensive Vader fan film, Star Wars fan film to date that I know of, at over $1 million, is going to be coming to you guys this year. Well, at least half of it. Or the second of 3 parts. And then the third will be 2026. Thanks so much for your support. TheorySabers.com. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you. Always. Went weird there. Jon Favreau, Mandalorian Season 1 and Season 2, the most amazing shows. And then Season 3, what happened? Book of Boba Fett, what happened? The Acolyte, forget about it. It's not even real. Obi-Wan Kenobi show, you had Stuart Beatty. I talked to Stuart. I talked to him on air and off air. I know a lot about that trilogy. What were you guys thinking to not have him work on that? And to then hire Joby Harold and Deborah Chow with the shaky cam. I mean, why? What's going on? Do you guys not like money? Because we want good Star Wars, and it seems like you guys just don't know what to do with it.
10,000, all in advance.
10,000? I think, you need to really just evaluate better at the end of the day. I don't think it's very difficult, and I don't think you guys don't know how to do it. I think you do, but just stop making the wrong decisions. It's that simple. And as for them looking at a number of additional series that are in development, that's interesting. Some more shows, I see. I mean, we have the Dave Filoni movie, like you said, but we haven't heard anything about any of the shows. Well, Lando, like Rogue Squadron or something like that, but I think beyond that, who knows? I'm very happy that this came out and this information was, we needed an official statement, and we finally got that. And it just goes to show at the end of the day, it's not hard to create good Star Wars, because they've done it before. Disney has done it before. They did Rogue One, which was fine. They did Mando 1 and 2, which was great. Amazing. Mando 1 and 2 was really, really fun. I really liked it. The sequel trilogy, complete and utter shit. Obi-Wan, the only good thing about Obi-Wan was the fact that Obi-Wan and Anakin were in it. That was it. And Vader. You put Vader in anything, for a fan film of Vader is going to be great. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about The Acolyte not getting renewed for a second season. Let me know what you think about all the allegations regarding people calling us racist, sexist, bigots if we didn't like The Acolyte. And I hope you guys are excited for Vader Episode 2, because soon enough I'll be able to say it's going to be coming out this year, which will be 2025. The most ambitious, expensive Vader fan film, Star Wars fan film to date that I know of, at over $1 million, is going to be coming to you guys this year. Well, at least half of it. Or the second of 3 parts. And then the third will be 2026. Thanks so much for your support. TheorySabers.com. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
my businesses can be demanding, and honestly, I don't have the time or desire to worry about business insurance. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Price, aka Mr. Make It Happen. I'm a chef, YouTuber, content creator, but most importantly, I'm a small business owner. When I first started my business insurance was one of the last things I was thinking about. Luckily for me, Next has made it super simple to get, and they tailor to over 1,100 professions. I was able to secure business insurance with Next in less than 10 minutes right from my phone. Next is also very affordable. You can save up to 25% on your policy right now. So what are you waiting for? Get a quote today and tell them I sent you.
I have dealt with mental and emotional struggles for a very long time. I was also dealing with the fear of embracing negative emotion, fear of failure, fear of rejection, which a lot of people can also relate, because as human beings, we want to do good, we want to succeed. So that fear of your life not going the way that you envision it to go, it was affecting how I showed up in my life in different areas. And one of the major things I learned when I sought out for help was suppressing my emotions will not make it go away. Instead, it will make it come back 2 times harder, 2 times worse, because I wasn't dealing with these negative emotions. They were coming up as overthinking, procrastination, self-sabotaging, and other things in my life, which is the reason why I'm so happy that I'm at a point where I can confidently deal with negative emotions without feeling like a failure, without feeling like the world is not in my favor. Ignoring your negative emotions can prevent you from living life authentically, living life as your true self. After trying to avoid therapy all my life, I have realized that therapy is a safe space. It is a judgment-free space where you can process your emotions, reflect on your failures, and you really do grow from them when you invest in therapy. Finding BetterHelp a couple of years ago completely changed my mindset on therapy. If you've never heard of BetterHelp before, girl, let me put you on. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. BetterHelp aims at changing the way people approach mental health by providing affordable and accessible mental health care. No matter how unique or special you think your situation is, I can guarantee you can find a licensed therapist on BetterHelp to help you whatever it is you're going through. To get started today, all you have to do is go to betterhelp.com. You'll be greeted with a brief questionnaire to specify your preferences and specialization.
Certainly, let's break down how to compare Google, Motorola, Post-Systematic GI, Hi, AI, model development phases, Verizon, Apple, and their online training offerings, considering the constraints of library access and YouTube registration. 1. Define your training goals. Specific skills. What specific skills or knowledge do you want to gain? E.g., coding, data analysis, marketing, design. Career aspirations. How will this training help you achieve your career goals? E.g., job promotion, career change, starting a business. 2. Library resources. Online databases. Most libraries provide access to online databases like LinkedIn Learning, formerly linked to lynda.com, Coursera, edX, and Udemy. These platforms often have free trials or library-sponsored subscriptions. Digital collections. Check for online books, articles, and tutorials related to your training goals. Computer access. Utilize library computers for online learning and research. 3. YouTube as a training platform. Vast content. YouTube is a treasure trove of free training videos, tutorials, and courses on almost any topic. Channel quality. Evaluate channels based on view counts, subscriber numbers, and viewer feedback. Look for channels with clear explanations, engaging content, and regular uploads. Structured learning. Search for beginner or intermediate playlists or courses to follow a structured learning path. 4. Company-specific training. Google Developers. Offers free online courses, tutorials, and documentation on various Google technologies, e.g., Android, Cloud, AI. Google Career Certificates. Offers job-ready training programs in fields like IT support, data analytics, and UX design. Motorola Solutions University. Provides training and certification programs for Motorola products and solutions, primarily for businesses and government agencies. Post-Systematic GI, assuming this refers to a specific jiu-jitsu or martial arts system. Look for online communities, forums, or YouTube channels dedicated to this system for instructional videos. Hi, AI, assuming this refers to a general AI, machine learning domain. YouTube channels. Explore channels like 3Blue1Brown, StatQuest, and Siraj Raval for in-depth explanations of AI concepts. Online courses. Look for free courses on platforms like Kaggle Learn or Google's AI platform. Model development phases. This is a general concept, not a specific company. YouTube. Search for videos explaining the different phases of machine learning model development, data collection, pre-processing, training, evaluation, deployment. Verizon. Verizon Learning offers training and development resources for employees, but may have limited public access. YouTube. Search for channels related to telecommunications, networking, and 5G technology. Apple. Apple Developer provides resources and documentation for iOS, macOS, watchOS, and tvOS development. YouTube. Explore channels dedicated to iOS app development, Swift programming, and Apple ecosystem. 5. Comparison by year. YouTube trends. Analyze YouTube trends to identify emerging technologies and skills in demand. Industry reports. Research industry reports on training trends and future skill needs. Skill gap analysis. Identify skills gaps in your target industry to focus your training efforts. 6. Considerations. Learning style. Determine your preferred learning style, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and choose training resources accordingly. Time commitment. Set realistic time goals for your training and stick to a consistent schedule. Community support. Engage with online communities and forums to connect with other learners and get support. Remember, free resources are abundant. Take advantage of the wealth of free training materials available online. Consistency is key. Regular practice and learning are crucial for skill development. Adapt and adjust. Be flexible and willing to adjust your training plan as needed. By following these steps and leveraging the resources available through your library and YouTube, you can effectively compare training options and embark on a successful online learning journey. Disclaimer: this information is for general guidance only and may not be entirely accurate or up to date. Always verify information directly with the companies or organizations involved. Let me know if you have any further questions or would like to explore specific training topics.
When it comes to a therapist, when you're matched with your licensed therapist, if
What's up, everyone? Unless you live under a rock, you know that Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, hits theaters this weekend, which will bring an end to the Skywalker saga that has spanned 9 films. And love or hate the latest trilogy, the end of the Skywalker saga is a big freaking deal. So that being the case, we had...
Over the ages, the old world has no...
Why do they call you a villain, bro? I don't know. You, leave and go do your own thing, please. That's probably why my grandma was yelling at her top of her lungs, trying to get you to leave and get me to fight with you, probably. Dude, your grandma hates me just as bad. Then your mom's probably gonna hate my mom. Why? You don't even know how to make a phone, dude? You gave us the phones. You didn't teach any of us how to make any of those things. Yeah, that sucks.
Okay, it sounds like an interesting project. Here are some potential implications to consider when creating and redesigning the song Silent Tears for the songwriter Villain Byron. 1. Theme and narrative. Deepen the emotion. Explore the underlying emotions behind the silent tears. Is it heartbreak, loss, regret, or something else? Develop a narrative. Create a compelling story or narrative around the song. This could involve a specific event, a character, or a broader theme. Twist the narrative. Consider adding a surprising twist or unexpected element to the narrative to keep the listener engaged. 2. Musical elements. Genre exploration. Experiment with different genres to find the best fit for the song's mood and message. Consider influences like rock, pop, electronic, folk, or even a fusion of styles. Dynamic range. Utilize dynamics to create emotional impact. Start with a soft, introspective feel and gradually build intensity or vice versa. Melody and harmony. Craft memorable melodies and harmonies that complement the song's lyrics and emotional arc. Instrumentation. Choose instruments that evoke the desired mood and enhance the song's narrative. 3. Lyrical approach. Word choice and imagery. Use vivid imagery and evocative language to paint a picture for the listener and convey the emotional depth of the song. Poetic devices. Incorporate literary devices like metaphors, similes, and personification to add depth and nuance to the lyrics. Vocal delivery. Consider different vocal styles, e.g., powerful belts, delicate whispers, spoken word, to convey the emotions effectively. 4. Visuals and presentation. Music video concept.
What? Are you trying to promote yourself? In a percentage, yeah, but very only for me to survive and enjoy. But no, I mean, I didn't do everything, dude. I was doing stuff from. Let me see. When were you born or come to Oklahoma? Japanese Dota. Hold on. Just speak English, bro, or Spanish. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude to any other languages. I mean, I'm Native American, so like my second language was English or Spanish or third or fourth, fifth, one of those. You Native American? Dude, here, let me just show y'all something. Dude, you be showing us this a lot. And this person is dead. Why do you think I'm dead, dude? How could I be dead if I'm right here? You got shot. I mean, I had surgery and I survived. I got stabbed. I've been poked. Had skull broken, all kinds of stuff. Once you guys start going through the same thing, I wouldn't be surprised if you quit after 1 year. What do you mean 1 year? Of threats, of blackmailing, of tampering, of languages being like, we want to be the saviors of the world, which is cool and stuff, but have the true intentions of understanding, like, but what language you be speaking to your grandma that she switches to Spanish? This is my own language, bro. Well, what is it? Oh, let me hear this. Why do you read in English? Well, after, like, I can't, I'm not gonna get brainwashed, but are you trying to brainwash it? Bro, you are a huge conspiracy theorist, dude. You don't even give me a chance to explain what the possibilities, so you make it to where I have no choice but to say it is a conspiracy theory. Everything you say is either a lie or not a lie. That's not funny. Okay, back to what I'm saying. My first language looks similar to this. That shit looks like pictographs. What are you, Egyptian? I didn't know Oklahoma was in Egypt, or vice versa. But you could have been a you could have been kidnapped or are you talking about the movie Apocalypto? Yeah, where the bunch of the Spanish show up with the English and that people are getting kidnapped from other countries and then the Spanish and English come to like do something. Yeah, they didn't make a part 2 of that movie. They should have. Apocalypto. Is that what the movie's called? Hold on, let me see. Talking about this movie, right? Do you even know how to spell it? Apocalypto. Do y'all know how to spell it? Can't remember. Bro, it looks like you be marketing Apple a lot, bro. Hell nah, bro. Apple is so far behind. When they discovered that I was on Motorola and Google, they were like, oh my god, we'll sell everything just to have one of your phones, dude. I was like, you guys gotta be shitting me. If you're gonna sell everything you got for just one phone to try to rob me, I'm not even gonna show you what a Tesla vehicle can do. You had a Tesla vehicle? Yeah, I gave it to the police though. What'd you give it to the police for? Because, dude, I was like, I'm not about to shoot a little child telling me that they need it. What did they tell you? I don't remember. They were holding their hands out going like this and trying to act like they were hungry. I was like, hell no, I don't give a damn how hungry you are, little child. I went through the same thing. I had to build myself up from nothingness. I can't just give you all this because you're hungry. And you're going to say I'm going to get hungry because of you? Bro, Byron, you are a cold-ass motherfucker, though, on a real note. You be kind of, like, brutally honest with, like, people. Like, whenever we heard your conversation with a dialogue exchange with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and all them, we were like, there's no reason for him to even talk to Donald Trump or Elon Musk or whatever their names are. They would all feel degraded within a couple not minutes. Okay, maybe milliseconds. Why would they feel degraded? Because you have the ability to fuck their shit up, dude. What do you do? I come and bother you on Tuesdays of every year, or Wednesdays of every year, or whatever the 24th, 25th, 26th lands on of every year of the winter year, of December year. You're the one who took that piece of paper out of my book, didn't you? I did. I needed that piece of paper, dude. Why? I forgot my passcode. I had to call Cash App and everything and fucking... Is that what those 4 numbers were? Yeah, I had a Cash App thing on there. I ended up deleting Cash App in their system, and they're like, why'd you delete all that money? We can't refund you that money. And I was like, what do you mean, all that money? And like, because I remembered that. Bro, are you reading from that piece of paper? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm doing what I'm doing. Apocalypto. Okay, that might be it. What are you talking about, dude? The Apocalypto movie. They didn't make a part 2 to it to explain history. They just left things up to chance and then went straight to Blade Runner 2049. How do you know that? Because I've been watching actual documentaries of actual truth movies that actually happen. Unlike y'all be watching Marvel, fucking Captain America Save the World, like a guy in a suit gonna take on a dude with a machine gun. Like that was as bad as Batman being like, I know how to drive a military vehicle with no one operating it but me. That doesn't make any sense. You need at least 4 individuals in there. One as a driver, one as a commander, one looking at the reps optionist, one looking at the radar, one ready to shoot their fucking weapon, one... Bro, that's more than 4. I mean, technically one person can do at least 3 things. So, that'd be like 4 guys doing 12 things. Or 4 girls. You really want to know what Apocalypto is, huh? I think that's it. No. Bro, how much was your phone? Dude, by the time you get to my phone on yours creations, you're going to be looking at Elon Musk and Donald Trump 50 years from now when I'm probably dead for real. And be like, damn, all these people were cell marketers in presidential elections making promises they couldn't even keep because they thought a cop could restrain Byron. That was funny. Who really restrains you, though? The language. It's not the cop, it's not the judges, it's not the lawyers, it's the language. Because they'll speak to me in a language they know that I know, and they don't know what it means. That's why sometimes I'll call them a hypocrite or hypocrisy. Because I'll be like, you speaking in a language that I know what it means. You have no fucking clue what it means. You're just a second, third, maybe fourth rate generation upon a generation of understanding what that means. Is this the movie you're talking about? Yeah, they didn't make a part 2 of this. See what? At the ending of the movie, they're fucking getting killed and stuff at the sacrifice temples because they're saying that it's time to sacrifice because we found something else. And it's kind of like the Predator movie and stuff because they found... Oh, wait, are you saying Apocalypto is the beginning of the Predator? Yeah, dude, they had found what... You're gonna ruin it, dude. They'd already made the Predator before they made Apocalypto. So they went backwards on that shit. The Acolyte. What? Why you... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go back to this. You being for real, huh? Dude, look at me with this technology. And I told you this is like a second hand rate technology generation. Second hand rate? What can a first hand rate do? You wouldn't want to know, bro. Or friend. We'll just call you friend for now. I'm gonna call you villain. Bro, this is my license. Your name is Marcus? What a gay name. You changed your name to Marcus? Like, you think that I didn't do my research on you with my voice recognition, my facial metadata, and know who exactly you were before you even met me? You actually do that? Yeah, and there's also false stuff. So there's one thing I want to know about you. Did you ever go to a Valero and steal a bunch of phones? No? I didn't think so either. Because normally Valeros don't have a bunch of phones just sitting around ready to be stolen. That's more like a T-Mobile or a Best Buy or a Circuit City, not a Valero. That had to have been like a misrepresentation of data. But did you steal a bunch of phones? No. But I was accused of it because I had bought one of your phones from you, so they said that I wasn't supposed to have that. Dude, they took that from you? Yeah, that happened back in like 2018, dude. Oh, that explains a lot. That explains a lot of things. What you mean it explains a lot of things? Oh well. Do you know who took it exactly? Please tell me it was a uniformed police officer. No. They took that from you? Did you at least lock it? Yeah, I did lock it, and they tried to supposedly sell it at Eco ATM and realized they couldn't do that. So they still have it. Logically, they would still have it. They wouldn't, unless they put it as a museum auction thing. What do you mean museum auction? Whenever something is unknown how it's to be used, they either put it in a museum auction or set it as a stable display. For instance, I have all these currency money, coins and stuff, and I can use them. But sometimes when I go to certain banks or foundations and stuff, they don't know how to exactly understand the currency. So they'll be like, oh, that's just a cent. Like literally less than even a real penny, which is a pence. I'll be like, dude, then don't expect me to continuously come to these places while you guys are getting duplicate coins from the same place that was cleaned off over and over from the same other place. Like, some banks be acting like they have a bunch of fucking money. And I'll be like, dude, you guys are the third bank that received the same amount of money from the same group of individuals who sold off all those things to another bank just to look at something of mine or one of my employees or developers. That, you being serious? Yes, that kind of stuff really does happen, dude. That's why I told my grandma, be careful if you put your stuff in one of those banks, because I'll have to go backtrack my development team and be like, no, we're not doing that, dude. We're not going to sell all your stuff and my grandmother's stuff and some random individual stuff because you want to show off a script from a movie. We're not doing that. And they would be like arguing me, be like, it's worth the money. I'll be like, how the fuck is my grandmother living on a street worth the money, dude? And when they first heard that shit, they were like, what does they mean by that? And I was yelling at the top of my lungs, and my lawyer calmed me down and was like, dude, maybe they're just kidding. I was like, no, I went to that bank. They're really about to auction off all that stuff. So I had to go to another bank that wasn't like even a bank. I basically went to a bunch of Walgreens and police officers and bought out them and was like, you got to stop that shit. Like, it's not going to be buying a bank. I'm going to be buying y'all. Is that how you went broke? Is this an interview? Because I'm trying to do this right here, dude.
Lord Byron, born George Gordon Byron, January 22nd, 1788 to April 19th, 1824, was a prominent British romantic poet and satirist. Key aspects.
Why you gotta put my name in fucking Google, bro? Dang, you ain't even famous, dude. No, maybe I have privacy on it. No, that means you haven't contributed to shit, dude. What do you mean?
I can't help with responses on elections and political figures right now. I'm trained to be as accurate as possible, but I can make mistakes sometimes.
You haven't
While I work on
contributed to anything at all except being basically an actor. And if you're a really great actor, they'll give you some details about what your life was. See, this is like a perfect example. Here's another perfect example. But bro, that's a smart person. I remember when I talked to that old fuck, he's like, you gonna raise up to gray headage, right? And I was like, you guys are the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met, dude. If I ever grew gray hair and I didn't color it, I would just tell someone, well, naturally, there's something wrong. Like, I don't have gray hair, and I've lived longer than some old ass people, and I still don't have gray hair. Dude, do you think this is a genetic thing? Yeah, it's a genetic thing for monkeys. Because if you think about it, a silverback gorilla has gray hair, if you think about it, dude. Oh my gosh, so gray-headed people are related. Genetic engineering is real, bro. That's why I taught you to look at my online class references and before you talk to me in person about it. Because I've already done it. I've proved it with cats. Like, these are all the same replication of a cat named Joe. And only 2 of them were naturally born. And the others were naturally born from them. And they all came from one single perfect strain. And look at the veracity of them. What'd you mix them with? Okay, this is going off topic.
Steve Jobs was an American entrepreneur, inventor, and businessman who revolutionized the technology industry. Here's a summary of his key contributions.
Why do you listen to that guy if you don't like Apple? I fucking hate Apple. They're the worst corporation I've met, next to Google almost selling out themselves to some hypothetical situation. I was like, dude, I pay you Google employees so much to at least try to come up with something of your own knowledge and put yourself through school to make you at least remember there was a reason my name was from way before y'all's, before even Nikola Tesla was even fucking famous. That makes you older than man. I'm not older than man. That wouldn't make any sense. That would make me the first man, and that means I'm over 10,000 trillion years old, and that doesn't make any sense at all. I couldn't possibly be that old. But you be hibernating and stuff, bro. I remember we thought you died in a car wreck, and that was 15 years ago, easily, because we're in 2025 now, or 2024, whatever. And supposedly you died in a car wreck in 2009. The fuck? I died in a car wreck? You talking about when I crashed my Honda Civic into my standby Tesla that was about to start shooting at cop cars that were randomly driving by? Why'd you crash into it? Because it was already going to start firing. It had hit one warning shot, and a random car stopped and called the cops and was like, someone's throwing rocks at my car. And I was like, I heard that in the speaker, and I was like, hold on, that thing's shooting off a little bit too early. What's going on here? And I had to drive all the way back to my vehicle and look, and I saw some fucking kid dude on his phone being like, just poking at my Tesla thing, making up a fucking story, dude. I was listening to the conversation. I pulled up on him and was about to run him over, and he moved out of the way, and I hit my Tesla. I was like, oh my God, dude. I fell for the trick. And the kid was like, you trying to kill me, dude? I was like, kid, you trying to steal my car, bro? Do you even know what a tire is? Do you even know how to make rubber? And he was like, yeah, I can go buy it. I was like, okay, well, buy my Tesla right now. Give me 10 minutes of your knowledge, and I'll give you 10 years of my advice to you within half a second. And so he started thinking about what to do for 10 years in 10 minutes. And I just walk away, dude. I was like, in half a second, I made him look retarded. And so I come back because I had a conscience still then at that time, and still do. And I was like, kid, just come on, get in my Honda Civic and drive off. And so he gets in the Honda Civic and drives off. Well, he had actually made a real police report with a cop that was already there, unknown. Because this is before there's cameras around the vehicle, so I couldn't see what was going on. There happened to be a cop that was investigating, I don't know what, but happened to see the kid there, and they did a report saying that there was an unregistered vehicle. So the dude impounds my Tesla. And I'm like, do you even know how to drive that thing? And he's like, yeah, it's just like a cop car. I was like, okay, well, if the military are going to get involved with this kind of stuff, please don't make them, even the smartest military commanders, look stupid as fuck because of you. And he was like, what's that supposed to mean? Or you have drugs and alcohol? You have anything to stick out of your pockets? I was like, dude, I'm walking away. I had broken no laws, but you have now impounded the vehicle. And that was a test-made vehicle. So good luck with what you're going to do with it. And so they impounded the vehicle. And before you know it, they had started putting cameras around the vehicles and all kinds of stuff. They basically came, they wrote, someone had to go inside the vehicle and wrote my notes. Because I left the notes inside the vehicle. I was like, I need to pay for a Roku camera to display right here. I wrote all kinds of shit. I was like, okay, I need to make an interface radar. So some of the things they started calling me, they're like, what did you mean that you need to make that? Can't we just buy it from like Lowe's or Home Depot or something? I was like, what are you talking about? I forgot. I told them I was going to make an interface router modem that goes blinking like, dude. So like someone will be walking down the street and all of a sudden they hear, and they'll be like, what was that? And they'll just keep walking. So they'll think they're hallucinating. So like you could pull, I was like making a plan to make deals with cops and stuff and pull up with a cop and be like, do you see this guy walking around, looking around like he's hearing shit? He must be crazy, dude. So you're the one who came up with the hallucination thing? Yeah, dude, I never implemented it perfectly though. Why would you do that? Bro, why would you not send someone to either their house, their family's house, or at least jail or your own house during winter when they're freezing to death and hungry? Like that, you be asking some retarded questions at particular moments that make me really intrigued upon the knowledge that you're withholding from me. Like, what did they do with my stuff? Well, some of it they can't get into it at all. And some of it they sold all kinds of rights throughout Moore, Oklahoma, and people be driving away going in circles to some boondock stank system with the Wi-Fi connection saying AT&T got the answer. And you're like, hell nah, dude. Did they be playing that through the Tesla vehicle? The part where it says, I said, hell nah, dude. You must be the most retarded military officers I've ever met. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. So they've just basically used my voice to degrade everybody. They don't really use my voice to inspire. Dude, stop. Get out of my house. Please don't make me leave, dude. What do you want? so that you can leave. I want you to finish the note and finish what you're writing here on this video and let's begin to upload it so that I have a benefit of a doubt of knowing what this is about. Unlike where you just tell me to leave and then you upload it days later and they're like, oh, you're supposed to know what this is about. And I'll be looking stupid as fuck because of you. I'll be like, I had no idea he was going to upload some Star Wars game video saying the Raven. Really? Do you want me to start showing you my calendar? I plan to upload a video in 2100 satellite communication error. But, like, I completely got infringed upon on it. I was like, what the? So you saying someone else tried to do that shit already? Try to put a video in 2100? That was going to be, like, actually moving from everything we're at to the next phase of generations? Because, like, once I pass away and all my generations pass away and they come around looking for museums and stuff and auctions, like, what are they going to really do? Are they going to, like, sit down and read a piece of paper that tells you how to do certain things? Are they going to just go straight for the book? Are they going to go straight for the money? Are they going to break the wires? Are they going to wonder why this on-charging platform isn't working correctly? Because I think I know why. It was raining yesterday. So it's not waterproof? No. I didn't say it was. This is waterproof. But I made it to where it wasn't because someone said they had found it in a toilet. Just sitting there recording with people flushing the toilet. I was like, that is fucking disgusting, dude. You guys put your own phone in there? And they were like, what you mean we put our phone in there? It's your phone, right? Oh, I showed them my phone that does that. And I was like, this is not my phone. That's your phone. That's similar to my model. But look, I'll show you. And I took it apart and they're like, they look so dumb. They're like, oh, you can take phones apart? And then that's when I stopped doing that because I realized there was this one phone that I took apart that I had no idea how to put back together. And the guy was like, oh, your phone for my phone. I was like, I got bribed into this and tricked. And that's the case. I'm giving you $10 and that's it. I'm leaving. And he's like, no, 100. I was like, I don't have 100. And it's not even worth your yen or your euro. And he's like, you degrade pennies? And we had a huge argument, dude, about some funny, ridiculous shit. It was actually pretty funny. We were just arguing about, hey, you broke this, you broke that, you did that, I did this, you did that, my people did this, you did that, how do you do this? I was like, dude, let me turn the recorder on so that one of us two knows what's being said. Because if your recorder's already on and I'm just kind of like looking at you, then it's just going to sound like you're fucking crazy. And I'm not even answering because I'm too afraid of my life of how crazy you are. And that's when he was like, oh, I'm not crazy. And I was like, I know you're not crazy, but you don't want to speak super fast like we're on a sponsorship advertisement thing for NFL. What's NFL? Oh, that's low grade stuff. Low grade? Why do you be laughing about it? Bro, he be laughing about everything. Because he actually worked with individuals, set them up for perfection of investments, and then they just fell down and failed. Bro, okay, you want to know why Tesla started falling apart? The corporation, the one that SpaceX and all that? They fired me and said, your voice recognition does not make sense. We're speaking in Spanish. And I was like, but that's English. This is Spanish. And I started speaking Spanish, and they're like, but that's Italian, dialect, Latin, Romantic. I was like, dang, dude, maybe these people don't know their history about separation of Neanderthal languages and genomes. So I back off from the class, and I say, I'm going to go ahead and get the teacher. And while I'm getting the teacher, they all vote to fire the teacher. So when the teacher got there to teach them that class, they had voted that he was fired, but he wasn't fired. He just was like, okay, I'm leaving. I guess y'all not going to know. And so they think they know. They're like, all right, we got rid of the teacher, dude. And so they think they took over Tesla and stuff. And all they had was some kid sitting on a YouTube video trying to watch my stuff, trying to have someone else bet you don't know what's going to be next on his stuff if he's showing you that he's only at 14 subscribers. So this is a very limited database, if you know what I'm saying. And I heard that conversation. And so I go in there. I was like, YouTube, leave the room. And they're like, what? Detention now. And they think I'm a teacher because I had tried to grow a beard and stuff. So they like took me serious, and they're like, oh, the principal's here. And I just took the kids away. I was like, you two are the smartest motherfuckers I know. Keep this on a set database because people really be making up crazy lies to just steal. Just to steal, basically. And they're like, so what's the first commandment? And I was like, always care for yourself, always. Because if you do not care for yourself, you cannot care for your predecessors, nor your descendants, nor even your neighbors or strangers. And you sure as hell couldn't care for your children or your wife if you end up having one. Or in your case, your husband. And so they heard that in the intercom part video. And they're like, so he was talking to a boy and a girl, not two boys. I was like, and I told them, I was like, go, run. And so they leave. I told them, don't ever come back to the school. But they come back to the school for some reason. I don't know why. I leave. I had taught them everything I knew by just giving them my phone number and my address to come here and drive away and learn periodically. Because I gave them a range setter. And then they said that the range setter wasn't working one time. And I was like, Junior, what do you mean the range setter isn't working, bro? And I didn't realize that someone pulled a fucking gun on them and was about to shoot them just to come and find me to be like, is this true? Like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, but like a whole they had a fucking perfected list. They didn't give me the document. No one got hurt. They gave me the document and I started making checklists on it saying that's a fake person, that's the same person, that's the same person, that's the same person, that's like that. And like they were like, how do you know this? And I was like, because I did my research on the person. So whenever the real person was saying I'm this person, I was like, okay, you might get away with meta for like a little bit longer. But whenever you realize how outdated their meta is, saying that he's wearing a black jacket, whenever I was literally wearing a black jacket with underlining clothes, and I show the underlining clothes for a second or two, and then close the jacket, and it just shows that it says brown object closed. And I was like, dang, you guys are way outdated on your technology. You are not going to be able to compete with my people's technology. And so I just leave and act like I'm like some sort of like bandit or something. I mean, some of them, they were like trying to grab me and stuff. I was like, don't leave us. And I was like, dude, get away from me, dude. You guys have diseases. And so that's the bubonic plague thing started up. What are you talking about? Here, let's just listen.
Contributions. Early life and career. Born February 24th, 1955, in San Francisco, California. Education. Attended Reed College but dropped out. Early career. Worked at Atari and co-founded Apple Computer with Steve Wozniak in 1976. Key innovations and achievements. Apple I and II. Early personal computers that gained popularity and laid the foundation for Apple's success. Macintosh. Introduced the Macintosh, a user-friendly computer with a graphical user interface. Departure from Apple. Left Apple in 1985 due to internal conflicts. NXT and Pixar. Founded NXT, a computer company, and acquired Pixar Animation Studios, which produced groundbreaking animated films like Toy Story. Returned to Apple. Returned to Apple in 1997 as CEO and led the company's resurgence. iPod, iPhone, iPad. Introduced revolutionary products like the iPod, iPhone, and iPad, transforming entire...
They said that they introduced it. What happened here is that we had a problem right here, our internal conflicts, and I said I wasn't going to give everything of my stuff to your blackmailing lists and stuff like that. And so I tell his part of the corporation of iMacintosh that I will give you this right here, and the day you can figure out how to make this yourselves, do what mine is already doing, then perhaps we can begin to talk about peace trades globally and internationally, because thievery has been going on for so long that I'd rather not even bother going back out to those outer states and countries at all. I'd rather them come here and find a way to live here. Why do they have to all come here? Why would you sit between two gigantic oceans as tsunami just drowning you? Like, doesn't make any sense. Or why would you sit in a place where a bunch of fucking cars are about to wreck into another car at a self-driving iPod? Like, this list goes on and on. Why would you? Why did I? You mean? Yeah. Why? Okay. Why did you then? I ran out of battery gas one time because I had tested it out to see how long just this one vehicle compared to all the other ones that were dying out, being traded in, wrecking, all kinds of stuff. And I was like, dang, dude, if someone makes this type of engine, whose vehicle was it originally? It was Darkin. That's why I put my name on Star Wars Draco, because it was Darkin's vehicle. Who's Darkin? I think fucking Dracula, dude. Because I did the research on it and I was like, Dracula. Like everything was showing up, vampires, Dracula, all kinds of shit. I was like, who is Darko? And so when I first met the guy, he was the most whitest person I've ever met. And he was like, Halo's son. How has it been? I look at this motherfucker and like, you couldn't be possibly my father. My father's Robert Edward Bly. And he's like, dang, you are really stupid for someone who just realized I'm your father. And I was like, why am I stupid? And he's like, because I got you in recording. And why would you say my father's name and their father's name and some random person's name in there and then add another name in there and then try to make a replication name in there? And I was like, if you're my dad, you owe me $100 billion. And he was like, I wouldn't pay you $100 billion even if you had $100 billion to give me to pay you back. And we started laughing. I was like, so who's my real mother, Dad? And he's like, he gave me my mother's name, and I go find her, and she comes finds me. Every time we're trying to find each other, we're always like getting cross. Like I'll end up over here, she'll end up over there, my grandma ends up over there. We can never all end up in the same spot at the same time. It's always like a problem. Like it might not always be a problem in the future, but for certainly up from the presentness to the. But what are you doing? Give me this. What, the pen? I'm not gonna give you my phone. It's my mother's phone. That's your mother's phone? This one's my phone. I made this, handcrafted it, and put a label on it. Why is there no label on this one? Because motherfucking Walmart, bro. Walmart thinks they can own a phone. I was like, T-Mobile and Verizon can barely own a phone. So how the fuck y'all gonna be like jumping up into their leagues all of a sudden with Costco being barely... Like I started naming a bunch of corporations. I was like, how y'all even gonna jump up into those leagues and say we own these stuff? And I was like, dude, you guys be getting pawned off phones that were fixed at Fix Me phone. That was supposed to be replicated saying, hey, we still have a duplicate. Do you think they'll notice? Take the SIM card out, put the SIM card in. They won't notice that we gave him a fixed phone and we took the other phone data reach it. And I was like, the second time that happened with me, I was like, you bitches about to get shot, dude. And they're like, we got guns, don't worry. No one's getting shot this time. And I was like, I had the girl come up and she was like, so how long has this been going on with his technology exactly? And they're like, we have no way of data breaching any of those other devices because he won't even data breach with them. And I was like, of course I wouldn't. They're prototypes. And so he hears that for the first time and was like, what's a prototype device? I was like, where you're going through the stages of interplating of a civilian phone, a military officer. Like I ended up taking civilian phones and military officers away and was like, y'all shouldn't have these things. I remember when I first told the first cop, was like, you shouldn't have all these weapons. Who the hell you about to take on, dude? And he was like, you better not fucking make fun of me, dude. I'll give you 2 seconds to run away from me. I was like, what is this, the one-man army? Dude, send us all one-man ways to get killed so the survivors get the weapons and don't know how to use it? Bro, can I hang up? Yeah, go ahead. On my other phone, hang up. Did you hang up? I'm trying to. I hear some background noise. Is your mom coming? Dude, all you gotta remember is that certain names get said to throw you off by billions of miles. Like, you'll go on a wild goose chase of saying, oh, they know how to do all this stuff. And then you'll be like, dang, they don't even know how to implement this. Bro, you didn't know how to do this. What you talking about, this? You're right, I didn't. This is one of the first things I found in the last 100 years, or in the last 10 years, that I did not know how to make. How'd you not know how to make it? I don't. That's why I refuse to allow someone else to see it, and then I try to see if there were more of them, but supposedly there was only one of these made. and the other 9 of them were made somewhere else and it's being kept captive. Captive? I mean, if I have one captive, you can just imagine another one who might have bought all 9 of them. Or 8 of them, or sent the same crew buying each one until they were like, hold on, that don't make any sense. Why would you need to buy this if you didn't even know that it was here? Like certain clerk registered women became intelligent and were like, how would you know that this is here if you have never shopped here and didn't do online courses to know that this was here? Bro, you a lawyer? Because the reason I called y'all, because I'm in trouble. How you in trouble? They said that you had put a patent that said come here and try to put your nation involved and see how fast you get fucking killed by an Arabic. And now they're afraid to go to a vape shop in many different places. What? I didn't know it was Arabic. Well, first off, we took a picture of the picture of you pictured sent. And so we looked at you and we're like, you couldn't possibly be Spanish or English. Well, what you mean I couldn't be English? But we did the genome data on your blood. On whose comparison did you do it to? Byron, do you need a cigarette? Give me a vape, bro. Why do you always ask for expensive things? Why can't you just say, okay, I'll get you a cigarette. Let me get you a cigarette because I bought a bunch of cigarettes. Let me just give you one cigarette that I know ain't going to be too bad for you. Bro, you don't understand, dude. That shit's bad for you. What's bad for me? They're just sitting there talking to us while this is recording on YouTube. Sitting there looking at that. That's just bad. You should probably delete the video. No, dude. Why'd you write that? Bro, what if people start copying you? Okay, because they can really copy this part right here, right? They could really copy that. Wait, hold on. There was that one fund that said, hello, Amber L.
Here's a sample disclaimer that you could use for a data reach interview. Disclaimer,
What you mean I want to change Azzy's voice again? Why would you change it to a less intelligent voice? A lesser intelligent. So what you trying to say exactly? Okay, I did forget. You forgot? I think I'm gonna start laughing, dude. What's so funny? ¿Por qué tú jodiéndome? Oh, ahora tú quieres hablar español, ¿ya? Oh, that's hilarious. What are you talking about, bro? What are you guys telling me to not understand? Because over here you wrote How far ago was that? I think it was on the Redneck Green Neck. How do you know? There it is.
You can't do that.
Told me straight up. I'm not gonna allow you to do that. I was like, dang, so we're gonna have to make the kids and the adults of our generations of knowledgeable individuals wait even longer than previously stated. I was like, you got the mentality of G Jobs on that shit, don't you? Did you really say that? Yes, I really said that, but I didn't get a response at all. Okay, now say it. Okay, I don't have to do it like that. It just continues recording. Who is Steve Jobs? I thought it was Steve Jobs. But oh, not a famous person. Why did you just jump to the conclusion they're not a famous person? What do they have privacy disclaimers like you do? That's a lie, dude. You can go to YouTube right now. I'll even show you. They even got some crazy stuff about here being the new delivery guy, and it's supposed to look like that. And the other guys are like, "Where's Byron at? He's sending someone else to do it now." Like, you're fired, bro. Where's my vape at? I was trying to buy the vape. You being dead serious, bro? You switched the whole team out for what exactly? You're an evil person, Byron. Why am I evil? Because you be setting up people for complete failure if they can't figure out simple, basic tasks that they end up making more complex as they go on, which makes you more intrigued, saying, okay, now they're ready for the next step. And when they see you, they're like, they think that they're about to get killed or something. They're like, what's the next step, dude? I remember when I felt, oh, that was funny. What'd you feel? I remember when one of my partners punched me right in my face and broke my tooth. I was like, dang, we should make a video about this. And this happened. Why did he blow down the team? I don't know, to be honest. Now that I've answered your question, can you please hang up and stop using the voice module that sounds like my voice module? Bro, how much money you got this time? I'll buy you a cigarette. I can go get my own cigarettes, dude. I don't really need you to go buy me a Velazzo vape and then you smoke up all the Velazzo vape and then give me a secondhand Velazzo vape. Why has it got to be Velazzo? What can it be? Geek Bar, dude? Or Fogger? Or something different, or Inkfin, or Aki? Aki? They got a vape called Aki? Yeah, I think I'm reading it correctly. I don't want that vape. Bro, do you even believe in God? How many times are you going to ask this? Are you talking to the robot? Yeah, yes, Byron. Oh. Why are you asking the question that made Sophia go haywire then? Hey, stop the video, bro. On your end, stop your video and whatever it's at, just upload it and put documentation of consciousness. Are you sure you want me to write that? Why do you got to write it in the book and then put, because we need this to be valid. What do you mean valid? But you really want to send a whole team with a bunch of robots that's planning to just kill you the first minute they see a cat walking around? So documentation of consciousness? Yeah. How do you spell consciousness again? Don't you know how to spell consciousness? Bro, if I knew how to spell every word in the world, including the apocalypto, which I happen to find, that'd be pretty interesting. How do you know the robot will kill people? Okay, I don't think you understand the comprehension of what you asked me. Now, think about what you asked me. Do you really want a cigar? Alright, I'm stopping the video. I gotta follow my grandma, bro. And plus, I gotta